What's going on, guys? This is Vince with vshred.com, and I'm going to be giving you guys the 2 best tips for young guys who are trying to get into shape, getting in the gym, starting a diet. So I'm going to jump right into these. First off, the most important thing and one of the most common issues I see when it comes to young people trying to build muscle or burn fat, and when they're going to the gym and they're training, is that they are lifting with the wrong mindset. They are too obsessed with the image that they're giving off when they're at the gym, thinking that they have to be lifting all this weight because they have something to prove to these other people, and they have this, I guess you could say, ego that they are lifting with. And if they lift this lightweight, then they're gonna look like a pussy compared to everybody else, and everybody's gonna judge them. So if that's you, and you're going to the gym and you're throwing around the heaviest weight that you can manage just because you either think that it's going to make you look more impressive to the people around you, or because maybe you think that it's actually going to help you, I want you to get rid of that mindset right now. So moving forward, I want you to understand that lifting heavy and basically putting yourself at risk of injury because of how much weight you're using at the gym is only going to hurt you in the long run, because A, like I just said, you're at risk of injury. B, you're not actually going to get any kind of gains from this, because I've made videos on this before. When you are going to the gym, you want to focus on stimulating your muscle fibers. You don't want to focus on getting the weight from point A to point B. You want to focus on every single second of the rep that you are doing. If you're doing a bicep curl, don't just try to get the weight from the bottom to the top and then drop it back down. You should focus on every single step in between, squeezing your muscle and really stimulating your muscle fibers so that you can actually break them down and you can actually grow and actually get something from your workouts. So my first and most important piece of advice is to leave your ego at the door when you get to the gym. Drop the weights and use something that you can control and that you are actually going to benefit from, rather than trying to look cool and trying to look strong even though you're a newbie and you're trying to prove that you're not this newbie. Use lighter weight, because the only people who are going to be judging you at the gym are the other people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. So if you're just gonna continue trying to look cool, you're just proving that you don't know what you're doing. So first piece of advice, get rid of your ego and start lifting with the weight that you can control, and start lifting right with perfect form, rather than just trying to get the weight from point A to point B and trying to get to that 10 reps that you're trying to get to. You need to focus on every single rep as if it's your very last rep. So that's my first piece of advice. Second piece of advice is that you guys need to be on some kind of plan. If you are serious about getting in shape, and if you're trying to burn some fat or lose some weight, or even if you're trying to build some muscle and bulk up, you need to be on a specific plan. And this doesn't mean that you go to bodybuilding.com and you get their next 2-hour long chest workout and hit that on Monday, and then their 2-hour long back workout and hit that on Tuesday, and you just keep getting these long ass workouts that you're doing 20-25 sets per muscle group, and basically you think that the more volume that you're doing, the more muscle that's going to grow. It doesn't work like that at all. So I suggest getting on a plan, an exact plan, but making sure that you've done your research on that plan, and making sure it's from somewhere that is not being sold by roided out bodybuilders who can train for 2 hours at a time, because they have these performance enhancing drugs in their body that are going to make it able for them to stay in an anabolic state around the clock, and so that they can continue breaking down muscle fibers without any kind of supplements or without any kind of extra nutrition, and being smarter with their training. So you need to be on an exact training plan. You need to be on a smart training plan. Your workouts should never last more than 45 minutes to an hour tops. Your wrists should be anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute, maybe a little bit long, maybe a minute, 15 minute, 30 tops if you're going for a heavy workout. And your heavy workouts should only be very seldom. You should be working more so for high rep with lower weight for the hypertrophy of your muscles, so that you're breaking down the muscle fibers. And then as far as the diet goes, if you guys are serious about putting on muscle or about burning fat, you can't just eyeball your foods and expect to eat whatever and get the exact results you want, because if you eat whatever, you're going to get whatever results. So my best piece of advice is to either go out and do your research on how to build a diet and how to calculate your BMR and your total daily energy expenditure, and go into a caloric surplus if you're trying to bulk, or a caloric deficit if you're trying to cut, and splitting that up into your macro splits, and carb cycling if that's what you want to do, or intermittent fasting if that's what you want to do, or ketogenic diet if that's what you want to do. There's a bunch of different options. Best piece of advice, do your research before starting, and don't just go at it because you think that because this worked for Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's gonna work for you. Arnold Schwarzenegger's on a ton of roids, so you're not. If you are, then I'm not talking to you right now. But what I'm saying is that you guys need to get educated on what you guys are doing before you step in the gym and before you start trying to diet, because if you're just doing whatever, like I said, you're not going to get any kind of, you're never going to get the specific results that you want. If you guys are looking for an exact plan, that's the whole reason that I basically started this brand. I created programs for every single body type, a clean bulk program, a get ripped program, and a fat loss program, and then I created a quiz that matches you up with the program that is right for you based off of where you are and where you want to be. So if you want to take that quiz, it's completely free. You can click it by clicking the link in the description below, and then it's your choice from there if you want to actually get the program. You do not have to. I actually give you a couple of free tips from there that you can take off on your own and try it on your own without getting the program. But if you do want to get it, more power to you. You've had thousands and thousands of transformations come through from those programs, and I know they work. So that's the best 2 tips that I can give to anybody who is starting to get in the gym. Young guys, even if you're older, I'd still recommend those tips to you. You need to get on an exact plan. You need to train smart. You need to eat smart. So I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. Click that thumbs up below so that I know to keep making videos like this. And if you have any questions like this, relating to something else, diet or training related, leave them in the comment section below, and then make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button so that you know when I'm releasing new videos in case it is your question that I'm answering. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.